What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the uncrowned Otaku. We back at it again, and Platinum End is over. And that ending, I just feel like we gotta talk about it, bro, because some stuff happened. And I actually had to do a little bit of research because the ending, to me, I needed more explanation personally. And I'm not even gonna hold y'all. Platinum Man, after the whole Metro Poly Man, I skipped a couple of episodes because it was getting kind of weak and whack to me. So I kind of flash forwarded to the end, but I still got all the meat and potatoes. And I'm genuinely curious, what are y'all thoughts on the ending before we even get into this? And there will be spoilers. If you haven't finished Platinum End, stop listening now. Now, if you have finished it, let's get into this ending. So, first of all, the protagonists don't even win, which goes kind of hand in hand with what he did with Deathnote. So I'm not too surprised there. You know, Light didn't get his storybook ending. Mirai, he doesn't become God, but he does get the girl. He does grow with her. So that is kind of a win for them. However, the person who becomes God was what was that kid's name? Shuji Narukami, I think his last name was. So this kid was like a super depressed, always wanted to like end himself. He comes from a family that did the same thing. So when he becomes God, he's asking questions like, yo, what happened? How did all of this be created? And here's the thing. Nobody has answers. He's asking all the angels, when were you created? Who created you? X, Y, Z. And the angels are like, we don't know anything that God doesn't know. And God has assimilated into Shuji. So they're like merging personalities. The merge isn't complete yet. So you got some of Shuji, some of God talking to him as well, but they're not one yet. There's still two different personalities inhabiting one body. So Shuji's not getting any answers from the angels. So he talks to God that's inside of him, and he's like, yo, God, who created you? How did you come into play? And the only thing God could say was, yes, somebody created me. But I also created the humans. I don't know who created me, but I know that I created the humans. So Shuji's like, if you were created by somebody, but you don't know who created you, this whole thing sounds kind of crazy. And he was working with a scientist, and he left one of his red arrows with the scientist because he determined, when I get the answer to, what do we need God, what is God, all this stuff, I'll deliver a message to you. So what he decided, after not really getting any answers from anybody, and he was kind of doing his job, I guess. Of course, his angel is his right-hand person, and the angel's like, yeah, your job is just to watch, observe, look at what's happening on Earth. God doesn't really do anything. And I'm talking in the show, not in real life. All of this is in the show. So he's sitting there, and he's poking little dots, viewing people's lives. He's seeing what's happening to the other God candidates. They're just living their life, and people are praising God, but he's sitting there not doing anything. So in his mind, he's like, okay, well, what's the purpose of having a God? We don't need a God. And if I want to kill myself, I should be allowed to. So he takes the white arrow. First of all, he sends the angel. He's like, yo, go grab me all of these angels. And once that angel turns their back for 1 second, he takes the white arrow, pow! And the white arrow, that's an instant kill. And here's the crazy part. Here's the twist. Once he does that, all life on Earth also ceases to exist, starting with youngest moving to oldest. So we just see young people start to boom, disappear, clothes dropping. And then at the end, we see the angels, they're disintegrating, turning into dust. Earth is decaying. So in my mind, I was kind of like, what kind of foolish ending is this? So I dig a little bit deeper. I read some articles. And pretty much what I think they were, the consensus of what everybody thinks the artist and the author were trying to get at is that one cannot exist without the other in this world. We will never know who came first. The only thing we can know is that one cannot exist without the other. If there's a God, there's humans. If there's no humans, there's no God. If there's no God, there's no humans. But if there's humans, there's a God. You feel me? It's an endless loop requiring both parties to play their part. If one doesn't want to tango, you can't go solo. This whole duo is over. And as I'm reading that, I'm really thinking, I'm like, wow, that's kind of nuts. And that kind of makes me, I don't want to say not like the anime as a whole, but I look at it a little differently as kind of a wasted trip. Why would we let this kid become the God candidate? this whole Metro Polyman should have been the God King. At least he would have just watched everybody, done what he wanted. He wanted to bring back his sister, preserve her beauty. Maybe he would have been a better candidate, because I don't think he would have cost all of humanity their lives. What did the other million innocent people do to you? Now, granted, he didn't know when he did this that he would be dooming all of humanity. He thought that there's no need for a God, so I'm going to take myself out of the equation, and he thought humanity would be fine, honestly. So nobody was really sure what would happen. And now nobody can even really be, well, I guess the scientists did get the answer, because when he killed himself, the red arrow disappeared. So that was the message being delivered to the scientists. And we see that he gets a monologue where he's like, did I miscalculate something? XYZ. And they kind of figured out at the end, but yeah, it just feels like that ending, I don't want to say it's a sour taste in my mouth, because it's really a thinker's ending. But it's not what I wanted. I wanted somebody who wanted to really be the next God win. That's what I personally wanted. And now I feel like we just kind of threw everything out the window. We had this whole anime lead up to just the world ceasing to exist. How am I supposed to feel about that? But on a more brighter note, look, I got this new game, Scarlet Nexus. I'm playing it over on my Twitch account, twitch.tv/uncrowned Otaku. Go check me out over there. I'm going to be streaming it actually right after this video goes live. I'm going to edit this video, and then boom, I'm going to be streaming it over there. I don't know how long I'll be streaming for, maybe 2-3 hours. So check me out if you can. If not, hey, appreciate y'all just hitting the follow button when you go see my Twitch channel. But yeah, how did y'all like the end of Platinum End? Thoughts and comments down below. I'm in those comment sections with y'all. I've been your boy, the Uncrowned Otaku, Uncrowned Kingdom. Y'all gotta speak to me. What's up? Boom, that fire ass. What's up? It rages.